even see you there. It's so corny. If you don't know me, I'm Anmol. I've achieved the job of my dream career, go to my dream school, I've achieved my dream physique. A lot of that has been done through purpose, which I want to talk a little bit more about today. I think a lot of what I did in order to find a meaningful purpose wasn't necessarily found, but it was kind of something that like logically made sense to me. But I've kind of broken it down into two things that, 2 points that I think are very important and that I think a lot of other people would resonate with, who have found some type of success in their life, but also people who, might be trying to look for their own. I think the number one thing that was most important to me was realizing that it was bigger than me. For the vast majority of my life, and obviously still in my life, my biggest purpose and motivation was my parents. Seeing how they worked, it just made me want to do the same and kind of help them out in that regard. Especially seeing the sacrifice that they made, it definitely motivates you in a way, especially if you're somebody of any type of intelligence, to be able to understand that and want to put your best foot forward in order to help them out later down in life, just the best of your ability. And then it kind of expanded to my whole family, my brothers and things of that nature, because I see how hard they work as well and the stuff that they do, and also the amount of support that they've given me throughout my life and the accomplishments that I've made, and also the things that I want to achieve further down the line. Just being a level of support to them is huge. And then after that, I kind of realized like I want to have a future family, God willing, and I need to be able to provide for them. And I see that as a massive part of purpose, because not only do I want to raise a family, I want to raise children, and I want to have a partner who are all very contributing individuals who want to make a positive impact on society, impact as many people as they can in a positive way, and who want to pursue their passions, essentially. And I think to do that requires a lot of purpose, that requires a lot of work, it requires a lot of sacrifice, and it's definitely something that I'm willing to make, because I think the end goal of having raised individuals, sons and daughters who are contributing members of society in their own way is such a beautiful proposition, which I certainly am interested in and I'm willing to pursue later down the line. And finally, I think after that, just being able to donate, being able to help out others who are in times of crisis, who are in times of need. The thing about this that I want to focus on is that it's always bigger than you. It's always it's very endless in a sense, the amount of people that you can help, because a lot of people are in need and a lot of people require some sort of help. And if I can impact as many people as possible, as much as I can, obviously starting with those whom are most important to me, which would be my parents, and my family. If that is taken care of, then being able to help my future family, and if that is taken care of, then being able to help others whom I'm close with, who require that level of help. And then if being able to just make a difference in as many people's lives as possible, make a positive, meaningful difference in as many people's lives as possible, I see that as huge, because it's incredibly fulfilling and it's also uncapped. It's very hard for you to help all 8 billion people out on this planet, because nobody's ever done it, and there still are so many problems that exist. This is just a thought process that I've broken down myself. But yeah, if it continues to compound, then hopefully down the line I'm able to impact more people. And I just see that as something that's such a big proposition, and it's definitely something that keeps me motivated, and it's definitely something that keeps me grounded and focused on the goals that I have. And I think the exact converse of that, which I also think is equally as important, is to never think about myself or my own desires, because it's not fulfilling. I think going and specifically to serve yourself rather than to serve others, I think that's such an unfulfilling path, because I've done it before, at least a little, to an extent. Like when you have resentment for others and then you kind of want to go your own way or whatever, at least in my experience, it's incredibly unfulfilling, and it leaves you incredibly ungrounded. I think the biggest thing was realizing that this has absolutely no positive impact beyond myself. All I'm doing is serving myself rather than serve others. And that's, a beautiful thing about business and success. The only way to achieve success is to make a meaningful impact in other people's lives so that they would trade that value to you in exchange for the service or good that you provide. But the idea that I can continue to live my life only according to my own desires sounds incredibly unfulfilling, because it's kind of like that age-old quote in which, you're in a mansion, but like you're like by yourself, whatever the case may be. It's so corny, I know, but it is something to think about, and it's an interesting thought experiment. I do think the more important thing in relation to that would be the idea that you grow ungrounded, because if that's the case, then your desires will continue to spiral crazier and crazier, and you will continue to forget where you come from. You will continue to forget the people who have helped you along the way. You will continue to forget what it felt like to be, on the bottom, or to be wherever it was where you started at. As your desires compound upon themselves, and as you continue to serve yourself, you become less and less grounded, and you become less and less relatable to others, and you have less of an ability to connect if your purpose is not to share, your success with others. And I think, to wrap it all up, it's kind of interesting, and I think it's kind of apparent why all of the big world religions, in Sikhi it's called Dasvand, in Islam I think it's called Zakat, or something like that, and in Christianity it's called a teeth or tithe, something like that. But they're all the whole point is to like have some sort of charitable donation. But I think the point of it is bigger than just giving money to other people. It's the idea to keep yourself grounded, and to make sure that your purpose and to make sure that the success that you find is shared with others and not just limited to yourself, to kind of keep you in a state of being at least somewhat grounded. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Make sure it's bigger than you, and make sure it's never about you. That's really it.